Hi, my name is Shan and I'm an alumni from SIDM, which used to be known as Digital Media Design. I graduated from the 2007 batch in animation. After graduation from SIDM, I worked for 2 years before applying for a scholarship under MDA to study overseas. So I managed to get the scholarship and went to Ringling College of Art and Design, which was a 4-year Bachelor's of Fine Arts course in computer animation. After that, I worked for a year in the US before coming back here to work at Robot Playground. Currently, I'm an art director at Cherry Pick Gifts, where we incorporate graphic design with sculpture to create bespoke awards. From young, I've always been interested in art and film. So when I was looking at the various polytechnics, NYP appealed the most to me. So I decided to join them. I chose SIDM because the program seemed to be the most relevant to what I was interested in terms of animation courses. And the student works also were a wonderful testimony to what they learned and how they applied it. I think the final product is, always the most impressive. So at that point of time, NYP had the best student works, to me at least. At Robot Playground, I was part of the pre-production team, and we worked on various projects from the Timescape anthology, which is a series of short films, to an educational app called Ayo the Robot, which is targeted at preschoolers to help them learn the various languages of Singapore. What I enjoyed working most at Robot Playground was the freedom to explore many different designs, and from anime realistic proportions to really more cartoony stuff like the Ayo the Robot project that I mentioned is very childlike. So I really enjoyed exploring the various art styles. So what I enjoyed most about working at Cherry Pick Gifts is not only do I get to do the computer side, concept and design, I also get to be involved in the tangible part of bringing the product to life. When I finally decided to seriously pursue further studies at Ringling College, I looked around for the various scholarship options, and the MDA scholarship was one of them. With the help of the lecturers and the director from SIDM, Miss Amy and Mr. Daniel, they helped to write recommendation letters, which I believe played a huge part in helping me gain the MDA scholarship. I went to Ringling College of Art and Design for my further studies, and I believe the contrast of studying in university versus in poly is that you get a lot more time to really focus on the various subjects that they teach. It's a 4-year course, whereas in poly it's pretty much a crash course squeezed in 3 years. And 3 years might sound long, but it's really not enough. So you combine that basic stuff that you learn at poly on top of the 4 years, you get a really solid understanding of art. The fundamentals that I picked up at NYP really helped me get an edge over the other students at Ringling College, who some of them are fresh out of high school. Studying overseas, of course, comes with a very different experience versus studying locally. But I feel like I didn't have to do too much to break into understanding the culture in the USA. Also, there was a very international cohort there, so being an international, I feel at home, mixing with all the different students there. The projects that you get overseas, or at least in the US, are definitely on a much bigger scale. Whereas in Singapore, you might be on the same project, but the direction is already given. So, you're basically just following what has been instructed from the overseas team. Living overseas, like at those other companies, it's a bit hard to find a place to settle down. mainly because even if the studios are like in the same city, quite often they're quite far apart even in the same city. So to find a place to live that's convenient to travel to these places is actually really difficult. So you constantly have to be like packing and moving just for the various projects, especially the culture there is like, just contract based. So even for like, if they move you, you're really lucky if they move you from one project to the next project in the same company. I was invited to give a talk at SIDM together with Bernard to talk about the process of working on short animated film. The fondest memories are definitely spending the late nights in the labs together with all my fellow classmates, working on projects together and enjoying the process. Moving forward from here, I know I will definitely still be in the art industry, whether it be animation, graphic design or sculpture. Incorporating all these skills, they allow me to be versatile, so I know I'll be able to apply them along any part of my journey.